So we'll get right into it. First of all, thank you so much for giving us the time to interview you. For me personally, I've been playing Guilty Gear since Reload, like the first Reload, and I played Axel. So like I tried as much as I could to avoid any Axel questions and to cater more towards what you guys are announcing, right? So first things first, could you tell us more about Johnny and how you approached in designing him for Strive, both from gameplay and the art perspectives?
So first of all, we have, as you know, Johnny is a character that has a special skill called Misfinder, and Johnny also gets to throw a coin at the opponent. And in the past, iteration, Johnny had to throw a coin to the opponent to actually level up his special skill Misfinder. But however, we changed this system into a different one, and so instead of a coin, Johnny gets to throw a card at the card, and if Johnny is able to actually hit the card with the Misfinder, then they'll be able to actually get an additional hit. So with that system in a foundation, we were able to actually provide Johnny into a new style of gameplay that you can only find in Strive.
So does that make him any more or less complicated than his previous iterations? Because I know he's a very complex character to begin with. Does that make him any more or less complicated than before?
Well, I believe in terms of approachability, I think it has improved compared to the previous iteration. However, in terms of the technicality and also in order to master Johnny in Strive, you also need to have to practice him to a certain degree to actually master his techniques, and we have also prepared and retained the technicality and the complexity of Johnny. So while it is approachable, still you'll have to do some practices to actually master his skill.
So a lot of character expression still is present with the character. Some of my favorite players are very, very technical Johnny players, so I'm really glad to hear that.
So obviously, in aesthetic wise, Johnny hasn't changed as much drastically. However, in terms of small objects or something that, for example, the card that we've mentioned, we have put much detail into that as well. So some of the details have been buffed up in that aspect. So you could definitely enjoy that kind of stuff in game. Also, there's some little small hidden detail in Johnny's details. So do have a look at it during the gameplay and see what you think.
I love hearing that. As far as the other characters, like from the selection of characters before to the future of Guilty Gear Strive, how do you approach picking characters for the roster? Out of everyone that's available in Strive, how do you decide which characters go in and which characters don't make the cut?
Well, in terms of choosing a character, we definitely know by recently welcoming the 25th anniversary of Guilty Gear, we all know that that the fans actually love they have their own how should I put it, the main pushing character,
like fandoms for characters.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, every character has their fans, and we all definitely recognize that, and at heart we definitely want to implement them right away. But then again, we have limits to how many characters we can actually release each year. So in terms of discussing what kind of character should be implemented first we definitely consider the balance of welcoming the newcomers into Guilty Gear series, and also satisfying the existing fan of the series. We definitely put that into consideration.
でもゲームプレイであったり、ビジュアルであったり、似たようなキャラクターが、そんなに重ならないように全体的にバランスを含めてキャラクターのプライオリティを決定しています。
Well, but then again, we obviously have to consider the aesthetic and the gameplay side of things too. Well, not to cannibalize each other with the already existing characters. So we definitely put that into consideration as well.
Just to add on top of it, up until season 2, we are quite straightforward on adding characters. Those characters also appears in story mode and also the season 1 another story DLC. Of course, there was a surprising returning character such as Testman, Bridget. They didn't appear in story mode, but have made like returning. For season 3, I think you'll see a lot more of like how to say, surprising character return, and also possibility of how to say, getting a character having a new outfit. So please look forward to it.
I was going to ask about that. So, obviously, you see a lot of games with a lot of different skins and costumes for their characters. Can you speak a little more on any sort of plans for alternative costumes or looks for any of the characters at all?
So technically, in the technical perspective, yes, it's possible that we can add like a new outfit to the characters, but it also is like a question of like the cost and the human resource of like what we can make. Our especially our modern teams are specialized on working on developing new characters, additional characters, and if we want to bring a new costume to existing character, that means we have to think about how we can, how to say, twist our development cycle or like development lines to make sure that we'll be able to continue releasing the character along with like adding new costumes. And we still don't have an answer to exact answer or the solution to what we've been thinking. I know a lot of players are demanding different character outfit, seeing other fighting games that have been doing that. So yeah, we are looking forward to how to say, think about how we'll be able to approach in terms of like the character outfit customization. Yeah, so if we can figure out how we can do it in an efficient way, I think players will be able to see how we how to say, find out the answer to that questions. And also, Guilty Gear Strive character animations are very detailed. Our designers are very how to say, なんだろう。こだわりがあるって。
They're very obsessive.
Yeah, they're very obsessive. Yeah, on the how their accessories or like the belts or anything that moves around the coat jackets, like how it animates, are very obsessive on their hands. So it's not kind of like simple physics engine kind of change the outfit and then let the engine run the moves kind of thing. So it takes time, but it's technically possible. We just need to find out the solution to do it efficiently.
Let's talk about a little bit about the story. I mean, I see the board game out there, and obviously Guilty Gear is celebrating a pretty massive anniversary, right? As far as stories and lore goes, it's gotten very, very complex, incredibly detailed, wonderfully written. Do you plan to advance that narrative more through other games and like future games and updates, or potentially explore it in other media like anime or manga or novels or anything like that?
So yeah, we do believe that this entire the world of Guilty Gear created by Daisuke Ishiwatari is a piece of treasure that we own, and we want to continue expanding the world and also the lore, the narrative of what the Guilty Gear has. The Guilty Gear Strive as its own work has kind of completed the story of Soul Bad Guy, but I'm not thinking of ending that doesn't mean the Guilty Gear series will end here with its story. We want to continue expanding. I can't tell you how we are going to do that because that means a lot. But yeah, we are looking forward to continue expanding, and please look forward to any announcement regarding that from our side.
I love hearing that. Something that I actually personally struggle with is kind of like convincing my own friends to pick up Guilty Gear. They'd be like brand new players, right? How does Guilty Gear aim to attract new fans versus catering to its legacy player base? Are there any specific demographics or platforms you're hoping to expand into with future releases and content?
So, I think the first and foremost, the most important thing to actually, invite new players into the game is to actually have a very high quality game. If it is not a high quality game, even if you were to actually, suggest someone to actually play this game, if the quality is low, no one's going to play it. So first and foremost, quality is first and foremost to actually, invite the new players into the game. And secondly, it is important for us to actually sustain continue on updating the game and improving the game upon, what we have right now. And having continuing on the update will actually, imply to the players that the game is still an ongoing thing, not being dead. So, we have to, continue on, updating game to, appeal that the game is still up and running and live and kicking. And also, we have a couple of things in mind in terms of, attracting new casual players, and we have something in mind, but please look forward to the future updates in that regard.
Absolutely. What would you say is your philosophy behind balancing around accessibility for newcomers as well as catering to your already devoted legacy fan base? Do you feel like the gameplay needs to keep evolving towards simpler mechanics, or do you intentionally bring back more technical elements to appease the hardcore fans?
I think the most important things of implementing a new system is actually to have a proper step of learning curve. If you actually have to observe the XR series, there were lots of things. The Rift 2? Exec series. You actually have a lot of things to learn. It has a very steep learning curve, and when you get to know everything about it, then it's actually very exciting and fun to play. But the downside was you have to learn all of that thing to actually enjoy the game. But we have to actually have a learning curve that actually can enable the player to actually go step up to the next level and get to the good part eventually. But on the other hand, having just a simple mechanic and having easy to go system won't actually cut it, because then if that's the case, then there's no point of playing for a very long time. So I think the most important thing is to actually have a much more intuitive and approaching system that is approachable for players to actually enjoy fighting against each other, and also having the aspect of mastering the technique to a certain level and investing time on it to actually use it in a very skillful and masterful way.
I think I can understand that. Again, I bring it back because I'm an Axel player. One of the things that I learned, I had to learn very quickly was to yellow Roman cancel Rensen. Like, that was a necessity in order to be adept at playing Axel. So would you say that requirements like that aren't necessarily a thing you look at when you design a character?
Well, I mean, I have to touch back to the topic of learning curve in that.
Yeah.
I mean, on cover, we're aiming to make a character that is a bit of an approachable. Not rely. They don't really have to rely on a specific game mechanic to actually have fun in the game. But in order to actually master the game and the character, you'll have to actually utilize every game system that is available in the game. So you'll have to actually invest time to actually master the skill. So vice versa, you'll actually have to use every system to actually enjoy the game as a certain character. Yeah.
So it's a lot more congruent to what you want to accomplish in the game, right?
So exactly, that is what we are actually aiming for. I mean, what I really like about Guilty Gear series is about having a same character, but showing different skills and movements based on players' technique and experience. So we don't want to lose that freedom when it comes to character expression, player expression. So we want to keep that style ongoing, while developing new characters.
That's actually a really good topic to get back there to go into, considering that Johnny is one of those characters that have a lot of character expression, a lot of freedom for the player to really express themselves in combos and how they set up different things, right? As far as complex mechanics and freeform combos go, how much of that are you considering adding into the game as kind of like a throwback nod to what the series used to be, right? Where there was tremendous amounts of player expression.
So I mean, when it comes to balance adjustments, obviously, like I said, freedom of movement, freedom of players' expression is really important. So when we get to actually balance the game, we definitely put that in mind. However, freedom of expression, freedom of player movement doesn't equal with actually combo length. So we don't really want to make a combo that is like that might wave off new players. So we definitely have to put into consideration. It is a bit of a hard thing to do, but then again, we have to balance that out when we tune out the game system to also welcome the new players, but also increasing the depth of the player expression.
I assume that aesthetics and art have a lot to do with attracting the player to wanting to perform those combos, right? Like, does that play a significant role in designing those combos for characters?
Aesthetics?
Yeah, like how a combo eventually looks like on screen.
Oh, obviously that is definitely the case. I mean, when we actually develop a combo, it has to look cool, and it has to look intuitive. It has to easy to recognize the combo, and we want to motivate the player to actually try out the combo themselves. Again, but there are some characters with those very flashy combos, obviously. For example, Asuka.
Yeah.
But then again, when we have that kind of combo, we definitely prioritize on character concept.
Very last question, and we'll end on this note. With Guilty Gear's anniversary, its 25th anniversary, is there anything you can give us a little sneak peek on as far as plans go and how you're going to celebrate the anniversary?
Well, obviously on development side, we will definitely continue on improving the game forward. I mean, we are definitely, in terms of announcement at EVO, we definitely are going to deploy some of the some big updates. However, that's just the beginning of season 3, and during the whole duration of season 3, we will gradually add more improvements and updates to the game. So please look forward to that as well.
Outside of the video game, we do also have a plan on different ways to celebrate 25th anniversary with the community. We would love to share all those activities at the beginning of the 25th anniversary. However, we needed to take some time preparing for it, and it's still not the phase that we can announce yet, but we do have a lot of plans to celebrate 25th anniversary, so please look forward to it.
I love hearing it. More than anything, I hope both of you, and I hope the rest of the team gets to celebrate it amongst themselves too. And more than anything, for me, again, personally, thank you so much for continuing to develop such a wonderful game. I've been playing this game a long time, and I'm glad that it's still alive and kicking and thriving more than anything. So for me personally, and I'm sure a lot of other people here will also do, thank you so much.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.